The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Hello, and welcome to the Box Score Breakdown Show, brought to you by Hoop Ball. My name is Adrian Benjamins, and I'm rolling solo tonight. Neil Rochlani is on the road. He's on vacation, so for the first time this season, he will not be on the show. And I gotta be honest, guys, it's a little strange doing a show by yourself, not talking to anyone. It's not something that I'm used to, but I'm gonna give it a go. Luckily, we only got a 4 game slate tonight, so bear with me. And I think we need to start tonight's show with some news and notes. And the first place I want to go, we got to talk about Markelle Fultz. So it sounds like he plans on seeing a shoulder specialist on Monday. Likely will miss at least 3 games. And you guys, I mean, he's already been dropped on the wire pretty much everywhere. Even in my like deep 14, 16 team leagues, he's dropped to the wire there. So um, it's just not going to happen for Markelle Fultz this season, and it's a real bummer, man, because I myself was really excited about all the buzz this summer about him working out with Drew Hanlon. I was hoping his shot was fixed, and man, coming into the draft, I was really excited about this guy, man. I thought, he was going to be an elite point guard in this league. So just really disappointing, man, to see him um, still have issues with the shot, whether it's an injury or whether it's a mental thing. I just really hope that whatever the issue is, I hope that it gets fixed and we see this guy become the prospect that we hoped he would become. So, and then from a fantasy standpoint, you guys, not much. I mean, we kind of already know who the guys are on the Sixers, and, not much change with Fultz being out. I guess TJ McConnell will likely get a larger role, but, I'm expecting maybe high teens, low 20 minutes for him. And with all the usage that Embiid takes up, Jimmy Butler, and Ben Simmons, there's just not much left for some of these other guys. So we're really not picking anyone up here. All right, you guys, let's dive into this 4 game slate. I think we should start with the Raptors and the Orlando Magic. And the Raptors, the number 1 team in the East, 14-4. This was a much closer game than I thought it would be. The Raptors getting the win 93-91. And I'm going to start on the Raptors side here. And I got to start with my guy, Danny Green. This guy is helping me in quite a few leagues. Um, Hit the game-winning shot tonight. Shooting wasn't that great. He was only 5 of 13 from the field, but still had 13 points, a steal, a block, 3 rebounds, 3 threes tonight. This guy's more of like a roto specialist type player. But man, I'm pretty happy to have him in a few leagues. I got him like with my last pick, and I think he's gonna roll this season with top 100 value. Gonna actually just glance at this real quick. See, this is what's nice when you have a partner doing the show. While Neil's rapping and talking, I can look stuff up. But anyways, Danny Green right now in Nightcat leagues, 6th round value. Now, I'm not sure he's going to finish there for the rest of the season, but I think top 80 is could be likely here. He, as I mentioned, more of a roto league guy because he helps you out in the steals, the threes, some blocks. Never going to score a ton, but man, I'm happy to have him at the end of my roster. So wonderful season from him. Another guy who you got to be pretty happy to own and who you probably got really late in drafts is Pascal Siakam. 15 points, a steal, a block, an assist, 9 rebounds, shot a very efficient 7 of 11 from the field and 1 of 1 from the line. It's a nice game from him. Kyle Lowry, just happy to see this guy back. I believe he had a minor ankle injury. 9 points tonight, a steal, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 of 8 from downtown, 3 of 9 from the field. Played 32 minutes tonight, so really good sign that he's hopefully over his injury. Serge Ibaka has been having a pretty good season. 14 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds, a block, 7 of 15 from the field. It's a great game from him. Kawhi Leonard with 18 points, a steal, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 of 3 from downtown. He was also 1 of 3 from the line. He was 8 of 6 from the field. It's a good line from Kawhi, but we have such high expectations from him that it feels somewhat of a letdown. But he as well is having a really nice season. Not too much to talk about on the bench. Van Vliet with 4 points in 26 minutes. Valanciunas with 8 points, 2 steals, 6 rebounds in 21 minutes. Powell is still out of is still out of the lineup right now. OG Anunoby is also out of the lineup right now. The Raptors look really good. I'm going to move over to the Orlando Magic side and going to talk about Aaron Gordon. 16 points, 3 blocks is nice, plus the steal. Love the defensive stats. 1 assist, 9 rebounds. Shooting wasn't quite there, was 5 of 15, but he did add 2 threes and did shoot 4 of 5 from the line. So not a bad night from Aaron Gordon. Evan Fournier did some work tonight, man. 27 points, a steal, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 threes, 11 of 20 from the field, man. Took the most shots out of anyone on this team tonight. 35 minutes. The minutes and the usage are really nice. Fournier's having a very underrated season. He looks really good. Nikola Vucevic with 14 points, 4 assists, 18 boards tonight, man. He was hitting the rebounds. 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. DJ Augustine, a guy I've been streaming in some deep leagues, did not happen for him tonight. Only 5 points, only 2 of 6 from the field. He did add a 3 and had 5 assists and 2 rebounds, but you were definitely hoping for more if you played DJ Augustine tonight. Terrence Ross, another guy who I've seen getting streamed in some deeper leagues. Only 4 points, shot 2 of 10 from the field, didn't do much else stat-wise, so he was definitely a letdown as well. One guy who I'm excited to see back, Jonathan Isaac, 9 points in 20 minutes, shot 3 of 7, didn't have any defensive stats tonight, which is a bummer. Did have 5 rebounds and shot 3 of 4 from the line. I'm just happy to see this guy back. I own him in quite a few leagues. And in my Roto leagues, I still got him on the bench. I'm waiting for him to kind of crack that starting lineup and get those starter minutes. So right now, while he's still working his way back from that ankle injury and seeing limited minutes, for now I'm keeping him on my bench where I can. But I'm just happy that he's back, man. Hope he can start building momentum and be a strong fantasy asset, hopefully later this season. Mo Bamba, not happening for him. He just with the solid year that Vucevic is having, Mo Bamba's taken a back seat. So only 14 minutes tonight from him for 7 minutes. For 7 points, a steal, no blocks tonight, which is a major bummer from him. But I love Mo Bamba's outlook, man. He looks so good. He is going to be a monster in future seasons. So keep an eye on him. All right, guys, going to move over to the next game. Let's talk about the Clippers and the Wizards. And, before I get in the box score, lots of buzz today that the Wizards could blow things up and specifically a rumor that the Charlotte Hornets are inquiring about Bradley Beal. So, a very interesting situation to keep your eye on. I think with Kemba Walker just going bananas at the start of this season, I think the Hornets kind of realize that they got this mega stud and maybe they have an opportunity to build around him or bring in some pieces and maybe make a run at, like, go see what you can do with this guy, man. Like, get into the playoffs, see how deep you can go. So, um, really interesting to see if they can pry Bradley Beal away from the Wizards. Bradley Beal, still 25 years old, very nice player. I would imagine it would take a small haul to land a guy like that. So, I'm hearing a lot of stuff like, hey, should I stash this guy? Or, we really don't know what this deal could be. A lot of rumors it could involve maybe like Nicholas Batum or Marvin Williams or something like that. But we just don't know. So keep an eye on that situation. But I'm gonna go ahead here, guys. I'm gonna jump into the Clippers side, and this game was really interesting because the Clippers had a 20-point lead in the first half, blew the lead. Wizards came back to win 125-118, and kind of a shocker because the Clippers have looked really good. They're 11-6, while the Wizards are 6-11. They're at the bottom of the East. So I was really expecting the Clippers to destroy the Wizards. So shocking that the Wizards got the win here. And I'm going to start on the Clippers side. Tobias Harris has just been an absolute stud this season. 29 points, an assist, 9 rebounds, 4 of 6 from downtown, 12 of 21 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. He has been great. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man, I am so excited for this guy and really happy that he is starting at the point guard spot for the Clippers. We don't need to worry about Beverly or Bradley or anyone, man. He's got this starting spot locked up. And man, I was a little worried because John Wall and Brad Beal are not an easy backcourt to go against. And he had a beautiful game tonight. 17 points, a block, 3 steals, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He added a 3, went 4 of 5 from the line, shot 6 of 11 from the field. This kid is amazing. I hope you guys were able to grab him in leagues. I got him in a few of my leagues, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think he's going to keep getting better and improving as the year goes on. And yeah, man, this guy's locked and loaded, and the future is bright for him and the Clippers. So it was Avery Bradley getting the start next to him tonight at the shooting guard spot. Only 4 points in 32 minutes. Didn't have any defensive stats. Only had 1 rebound. It is not happening for Avery Bradley, guys, and he can be left on the wire pretty much everywhere. He's sitting on the wire in pretty much every single one of my leagues, and he can stay there. Danilo Gallinari just tonight 0 of 8. So 3 points tonight, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He was iffy coming into this game with an illness. So I'm gonna chalk this bad lineup to just he wasn't feeling good, man. He almost didn't even play this game. So for him to get 28 minutes is good, but for sure if you played him tonight, you probably are not happy about that 0 for 8 shooting. But he'll be fine, guys. Stick with him. He'll be good. All right, you guys. Gonna move over to Marcin Gortat. Got the start tonight, which was really surprising, but only saw 15 minutes. May have been in foul trouble with the 5 fouls. Had 9 points, 7 boards, an assist, and a steal. You guys, Gortat, we're not picking him up. He shouldn't be owned anywhere because it's the Montrezl Harrell show. 31 minutes tonight for 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, a block. Bear with me 1 second, guys, because I got to see real quick where this guy is at. You guys, currently the 33rd player in 9 category leagues, putting up third round value. What a steal. If you drafted him, it was likely in the last round, or you picked him up off the wire to start the year. This guy may be the value of the season. So, congratulations if you have Montrezl Harrell. Lou Williams, having a nice line in limited 23 minutes, put up 17 points, a steal, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, shot 2 of 2 from the line. He added a 3, went 7 of 15 from the field. That's nice. Pat Beverly, I'm really worried about this guy. And I don't think he's worth owning in standard leagues. Just taking a backseat to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Tonight it was Avery Bradley getting the start over him. I think there are nights where we are going to see Patrick Beverly get the start, but man, it's just going to be very inconsistent production. And nights like tonight is why I don't think he's worth owning. 21 minutes, just had 6 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, a block. Did have 2 threes. So actually, in the limited minutes he played, he actually had a nice game here. But yeah, I just don't think he's going to be worth owning if he's going to come off the bench. All right, you guys, not too much to talk about. Boban, only 4 minutes tonight. A goose egg, 0 points. He's not worth owning. Not too much else. No one really else here to mention. Going to move on to the Washington Wizards. I mentioned earlier that just we don't know what's going to happen to this Wizards team. Are they going to blow up? They changed the starting lineup tonight. Kelly Oubre moved into the starting lineup with Thomas Bryant and with Otto Porter, and then it was Wall and Beal in the backcourt. So Dwight Howard is out right now with injury. So I was really interested to see what Thomas Bryant can do as a starter. Coach Brooks really talked him up and said that there's some real potential with this guy. So I wanted to see if he was going to have a good line tonight. Now he ended up only playing 19 minutes, had 7 points and assists, 3 rebounds. So it didn't really happen to him tonight. Another guy that I was excited to see since he started was Kelly Oubre. Only played 12 minutes. Now, he may have had foul trouble because he had 5 fouls, only had 3 points here tonight. So keep an eye on Kelly Oubre. I also kind of like the idea of stashing Oubre in case in case the Wizards do end up just completely revamping their team in a big trade. If somehow the Wizards don't get a lot of wing guys back, and if Kelly Oubre becomes a starter, I think he can have some value this season. So if you play in a deeper league and you have the luxury of if you got an open spot at the end of your roster, you can afford to stash someone. Kelly Oubre may be worth an ad here. And it didn't happen for him tonight, but I am happy to see Otto Porter getting 38 minutes for 11 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block. He added a 3, shot 4 of 9, went perfect 2 of 2 from the line. He's had a rough start to the season, real up and down production. I'm really hoping he can turn things around. I don't have any shares of Otto Porter. I'm just a fan, and I just want to see him have a good season, man. So uh, I am also really happy to see Wall and Beal playing well tonight in the backcourt. Both guys getting 41 minutes. Wall got 30 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. Hit 5 threes tonight. Shot 9 of 24, 7 of 10 from the line. So pretty good game from Wall. A lot of buzz that he got into an altercation with Coach Brooks, and just a lot of buzz about him maybe being part of the problem here with the chemistry issues. Some teammates saying, he's not easy to play with and stuff like that. So, from we're hearing in interviews that John Wall wants to be there. So, man, I there's a lot of talent on this team, and I really hope they can get everything figured out because it's really strange to see So many talented guys not play well, and for them to have such a bad record and for them to be losing so many games. Bradley Beal tonight, 27 points, a block, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 11 of 14 from the line, 8 of 17 from the field. Didn't have a 3 tonight, which is very odd, but still a beautiful game from Bradley Beal. Got to be pretty happy with his production. I would not be worried about the trade rumors if you're a Beal owner, no matter where he goes, whether it's Charlotte, whether it's maybe a team like New Orleans, no matter where he goes, he's going to be a nice fantasy asset for you. I'm going to take a look at the bench. Jeff Green tonight with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. It's a pretty nice game from him. Keith Morris in 25 minutes with 12 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Thomas Satoransky, really happy to see this guy have a nice line. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, a block. Man, I became a big fan of Satoransky last season. I picked him up off the wire when John Wall missed time, and he helped me win some leagues, man. So I don't know, maybe another guy to stash if the Wizards part with Wall and don't get a point guard back. I mean, you can't really bank on stuff like that because number one, we don't know if Wall's going to get moved. He's got a pretty large contract that could be hard to move. Number two, we don't know what the Wizards are getting back. So, all these potential ads or all these guys I'm saying, these guys that could be worth an ad, it's very speculative. And I'm just talking about deep leagues and in certain settings where, like, let's say you got some dead weight on the end of your roster that you can cut just to see what happens. Excuse me. All right, you guys. I think that wraps up this game. This was a really fun game. It was really close. I was not expecting it to be this close, so was really happy to see that. All right, you guys, gonna jump over to the third game of the night. It was the Brooklyn Nets and the Miami Heat. The Nets getting the win here, 104-92. I'm going to start with the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm going to start with D'Angelo Russell. The moment that LeVert went down, I immediately thought that Russell could uh, see quite a boost in usage, and it's definitely happening, man. 22 shots tonight. I think this is like double the next guy on his team. He took like twice as many shots than the next guy on his team. 32 minutes for 20 points, 4 steals, a block, 6 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 threes tonight. Shot 9 of 22, but a pretty good game from D'Angelo. Jared Allen, love this game from him tonight, man. 13, big double-double, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 3 of 4 from the line. I love big men that don't hurt you at the line, man. 5 of 8 from the field. I just moved Jared Allen in my home league for Luka Doncic, and I'll be honest with you guys. The trade hasn't even gone through yet. It's like going through a 2-day period that it has a process, and I already miss Jared Allen, guys. I love this guy, man. He's been great. Um, Allen Crabbe tonight with only 8 points, 5 rebounds. Uh, it's just not happening for Crabbe this season. I don't know what's going on with him. But I think if you own him, I'd stick with him. The minutes are there, and I'd expect his usage to rise. He only got 8 shots tonight, but I think he can. I think he can be much better. And I think since the opportunity and the minutes are there, you got to stick with him and see how this pans out. Joe Harris with 11 points, 3 rebounds, not much else. Dudley is not worth owning. Dinwiddie got 30 minutes off the bench with 16 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, 10 points, 7 rebounds. No defensive stats tonight, which is a bummer, but stick with RHJ. I expect bigger things from him. Coming off the bench right now, I think we're going to see him in the starting lineup soon. At least I hope we're going to see him in the starting lineup soon. Ed Davis not doing much in 18 minutes. Actually, the 9 points and 8 boards is nice, but we can't trust him coming off the bench in low minute role. Same goes with Damari Carroll. Only 16 minutes for him tonight for 11 points. Don't trust him. Not much else to talk about here. Let's move over to the Miami side. So for the Miami Heat, you guys, first thing I need to mention is we're missing Goran Dragic, who is out. Kelly Olynyk is out. Dion Waiters is out. Tyler Johnson was a scratch last minute, I think, with a hamstring strain. Guys, this was a buzzkill for me. I picked up Tyler Johnson in a few leagues, and it was looking pretty good in that last game, and I was salivating when I found out that Dragic is going to miss time, and now it sounds like Tyler Johnson could miss a few games here. Hamstring strains are tricky, so hopefully it's nothing long term, but it could be a game or so. Josh Richardson filling the void here and having a fantastic season. 16 points, 2 steals, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. No threes or blocks tonight, which is a little disappointing. And the shot was not really falling tonight. 6 of 20 for the field, 4 of 7 from the line. So was an okay game for Jay Rich. Magruder, 15 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 3, 7 of 14 from the field in 36 minutes. Wayne Ellington, kind of a low end line from him tonight. 9 points, a steal and a block is nice. 2 assists, a rebound, 2 threes. It's a pretty good line from him, actually. Hassan Whiteside, huge double double, guys. 21 points, 23 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 9 of 21 from the field, 3 of 6 from the line. It's a pretty big game from Hassan Whiteside. And it was Jones Jr. getting the start here over Winslow, but they basically split the minutes tonight. Jones with 17 minutes, Winslow with 17 minutes. Both guys not really doing much here. 3 points for Jones, 10 points for Winslow. James Johnson, I'm happy to see him back, still working his way back from that hernia that he was recovering from at the beginning of the season. 23 minutes tonight, 4 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. No defensive stats, no threes, only shot 1 of 7. It's going to take some time for this guy to get back into his groove, for him to find his feet and get back to his old self. So be patient with him. Not too much else here. Wade has returned. He had twins, so he joined the team. 14 minutes tonight, 5 points, 2 assists, 1 block. Shouldn't own him anywhere, man. He's just just in that reserve role, not happening. All right, you guys, gonna move on. Gonna talk about the next and final game, the Portland Trail Blazers and the New York Knicks. You guys, another game kind of similar with that Clipper and Wizard game. I thought this was going to be a blowout, man. Portland has looked strong. Portland 12-5. The Knicks are a mess at 4-14. I thought this was going to be like a 30-point blowout, but the Knicks hung in there strong, man. But I'm going to start with the Portland side. Got to start with this monster backcourt. CJ McCollum, 31 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 13 of 23 from the field, 5 of 9. I've heard some people say they're a little disappointed at CJ McCollum, but I don't think you have anything to worry about. Let me see. I'm looking at this. Currently 64 in 9-cat league, 6-round value. I know you drafted him, probably drafted him in the top in the 3rd or 4th round. So you may be a little disappointed currently in his production, but hang in there. I think he's going to be just fine. Big line from him tonight. I think he's going to be really good for the rest of the season. Damian Lillard, 29 points, 2 steals, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the line, 3 of 9 from downtown, 9 of 22 from the field. Lillard is locked and loaded. He's a beast. Yusuf Nurkic, 13 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Love those defensive stats. 4 assists is nice from your big man. 11 rebounds. Shot 6 of 14 is not too great. 1 of 4 from the line is also not great. Al Farouk Aminu in 29 minutes, just 6 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, 2 threes. He only took 5 shots in this game, made 2 of them. So some low usage from him tonight. Evan Turner off the bench in 34 minutes had 10 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. Leonard tonight getting 15 points in 17 minutes. Um, Collins, who I'm seeing him hit the wire in quite a few leagues. I actually even dropped him in a league. Only 2 points tonight in 13 minutes after the really hot start. He's kind of taken a back seat here, but I still got my eye on him. I still think he could be maybe a low-end value guy later in the year. So I'm watching him. All right, you guys, gonna move over to the New York Knicks, and I gotta start with first of all, I gotta start with just how crazy the Knicks are, man. Changing up their starting lineup again. It was Mario Hezonja, Moutier, Vonleh, Cantor moving into the starting lineup tonight. And if you guys can figure out the what's going on with the Knicks, you are much smarter than I am, because I cannot wrap my head around this team. I cannot figure out what's going on here. And man, it's pretty frustrating because you'll see Trey Burke go off for a big line. You want to pick him up, and then all of a sudden he moves back to the bench, or maybe it's Ntilikina who has a game, and then he moves back to the bench. So, man, trying to chase these guys, it's exhausting. It's frustrating. So I'm gonna dive in though, try to make sense of this mess. Tim Hardaway Jr., the safest guy here, 32 points, a steal, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 9 of 9 from the line, 3 of 6 from downtown, 10 of 21 from the field. 37 minutes is fantastic. Enes Kanter's probably the other guy that I would consider safe. Didn't have it going tonight. Only shot 3 of 7 for 7 points, but started tonight, played 27 minutes. Most nights he's going to be much better than this. Hang in there with him. He also had 6 assists tonight, 5 rebounds, a steal, a block. So it wasn't a totally bad night for him. Noah Vonleh, man, this guy teases me all the time, just like tonight. 14 points, 14 rebounds, 3 steals, a block, 2 assists, 2 threes tonight, 4 of 8 from the line, 4 of 8 from the field. I don't know, man. I'm kind of tempted to pick this guy up in some leagues, but we just, as I mentioned, we just don't know what the New York Knicks are going to do next. Tomorrow, he could come off the bench. Knox could get the start tomorrow. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with this team. All right. Moutier got the start as well tonight. 24 minutes and put up 16 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. You guys, one of the biggest knocks about Moutier is his inefficiency. You'd be pretty surprised. He's actually shooting it pretty well. Tonight, 6 of 9 from the field. So he's been pretty efficient. It's just tough to rely on him when they also have Ntilikina and they have Burke and they have Alonzo Trier. So it's just a crowded backcourt. But I am watching Moutier because if he could somehow lock up the starting guard spot here, and if he could get starter minutes, I think he could possibly be worth owning. I know that sounds crazy, but I think he could be worth owning if he would just get the minutes. So let's just keep an eye. Mario Hezonja, was very excited when I heard that he was going to get the start. I thought maybe he could have a blow up game and maybe somehow keep the starting gig. Nope, did not happen. 17 minutes tonight in a start, 2 points, only shot 1 of 5. Didn't do much else in the stat line tonight. 1 steal, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, no threes, didn't even go to the line. So just continue to ignore Mario Hezonja. Let's take a quick look at the bench. Trey Burke, who had a really nice game in the last one, had another nice game here. Still saw 26 minutes coming off the bench. I like that. The usage, man, 15. He took 15 shots, made 8 of them for 19 points. For 19 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He added 3 threes tonight. Keep an eye on Trey Burke, guys. I'd like to say to add him, but I've already talked about how crazy the Knicks are. So you can make a speculative add on him and see if it pans out, but it really is a crapshoot to know if they're going to stick with Burke or with Moutier or Ntilikina. I don't know. Knox, only 2 points in 13 minutes. It's not happening for him yet. I do wonder if at some point of the season they turn the keys over to Kevin Knox and they just let him go. Major issues with inefficiency. Also doesn't really help you in the peripheral stats. So I don't think he's really worth a stash in standard leagues. In deeper leagues, I don't even think he's worth picking up yet, but I do believe at some point this season he could be worth an add. So I'm just watching him. Mitchell Robinson, I'm so disappointed, guys. I ran to the wire to pick him up a few weeks ago. I spent some major fab dollars on this guy when he had a big game a few weeks ago. All this talk from Fizdale about seeing what they got in him and they got to develop him and all this stuff. And now only got 18 minutes tonight for 6 points, 5 rebounds. Did have 2 blocks and 2 steals. So is flashing that upside, but man, we just can't count on this guy. If you got to drop, I'm still hanging on to him in deep leagues where I can, just to see if at some point this season they finally hand it over to him, kind of similar to Knox. But right now, you definitely can't count on Mitchell Robinson, and I don't blame you at all if you need to dump him for a hot free agent. All right, you guys. I think that's all I got, man. That was the 4th and final game of the night. Thank goodness it was a small slate, because I don't know if you guys can tell, my voice is killing right now. I can barely talk right now. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me solo. I don't know how people do solo pods and solo shows. It's something I need to work on. I feel much better when I have Neil here to, it's just so much easier to talk to somebody else, to bounce ideas off someone. So I'm still learning how to do these solo shows. So thank you for bearing with me. You guys, hit me up on Twitter at Adrian Benjamins. Would really like to hear from you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Neil and I would love to start answering questions to end the show. So hit me up. And thank you guys so much. Neil will be back on tomorrow's show. So you guys don't have to worry about me talking to myself. And I will be very happy to hear his voice. So he will be back tomorrow. So will I. Looking forward to another great night of games. No games on Thursday, guys. So tomorrow, Wednesday night, we got to really soak up a big night of NBA action to hold us over Thanksgiving. So, all right, you guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.